Hello everyone, my name is Zo, and this is my league starter for Path of Exile's Affliction League, the Toxic Rain Raider, which has the option to transform into a Toxic Rain Pathfinder, which has more recovery and more tankiness if we want to invest around 50 divines or more in the build. Why am I choosing this build? Well, the answer is simple. I want to focus on Heist the first few days of this league, and that means that I want the fastest character out there that is still able to pack a punch and kill some monsters. After checking PoE Ninja, it was clear to me that Toxic Rain Ranger was the ideal choice. The Ranger is a lot faster than the Pathfinder and easier to gear in the first couple of days. Later on, with investment, the Pathfinder will surpass the Ranger, but luckily, it is a really easy respec if we want to do that. Alright, let's check the PoB, which you will be able to find in the description below. So first of all, we have like two sets of passive trees, two sets of skill gems, and two sets of items. We start off with the beginning, of course, with the level 84 simulation that I've done over here, where the tree has no clusters, but I have just done the Uber Lab. So this is how the passive tree looks like. Of course, we start off over here on Ranger, we come down, we get the bow mastery, we get more damage from far side, more damage from graceful assault. We can come into heavy draw if we want to, we can go up, get exceptional performance, we can get a bit of suppression, we can get movement speed, a bit of life. Then we can go up if we want to add another aura, we can get charisma, like add skitterbots. Next to, I'm gonna start with malevolence and not grace, but if we gonna die too much, we can switch from malevolence to grace at any time. And yeah, this is, as I was saying, level 84 tree, the basic tree, where I don't have any clusters yet. The skill gems, it's a 6-link one, but you can get a 6-link bow from Porcupine, so that's pretty easy. Toxic Rain link to Vicious, Proc, Void Money, Mirage Archer, Efficacy, and Cruelty. We have a Mana Forged Arrow setup, where we get our Frenzies, and we also drop a bit of free damage in Caustic Arrow. We have the Ballista setup in our chess piece with Toxic Rain, Ballista, Focus, Ballista, and Withering Touch. Now this Ballista setup is only for for Withering. It should help us with Wither, so that would increase our damage, but it's not like this Ballista is not gonna be your big part of the damage as in other builds that focus on Ballistas, right? For auras, we're gonna have Grace, Malevolent, Defiance banner. Now we can equip these 3 auras because after we take the Mana Mastery over here, so we will need Charisma and Mana Mastery to be able to use those auras. And then in boots we're gonna have Mobility with Dash, Blink Arrow, and of course Withering Step. I'm using Withering Step on my left click, but you don't have to, you can click it anytime if you want, and maybe you can drop Dash or something. Item wise, we have our +1/+2 socketed bow with crafted chaos damage over time multiplier. Now sadly this bow doesn't have the attack speed, but that would be needed on a short bow or ticket bow or something like that to make it a lot faster. It increases the damage by quite a lot, the attack speed on the bow. Then you want a quiver with some life resistances and damage over time multi, and you could get the increased damage with bows too. That helps us increase our Toxic Rain damage. For helmet, we have a couple of uniques over here. Like for the whole build, we have a couple of uniques. Like Devoto's Devotion is really good for us, so we use that. Then we use Queen of the Forest. Now they don't have to be corrupted with these corruptions. Like this is because I didn't want to add another one for later on for the higher investment part of the build, so don't worry about the reservation multiplier. As you can see, we have 27% mana, so that's quite a lot. Okay, we have the Queen of the Forest. 4 gloves, we just want more resistances. Life and attack speed over here too would be great if we could get a pair of gloves with that. 4 boots, we have the 3-step assault boots. These are kind of made for the Raider. They give movement speed, they give ailment avoidance, and they give a lot of evasion, because we do have permanent onslaught and permanent phasing. So that, and the belt also. This is another like 1C belt. The Ascent from Flesh one, where you have phasing, we have evasion rating while phasing, and movement speed while phasing, together with a bit of energy shield, evasion, and resistances. Rings, just health, resistances, and if you could craft the minus mana cost on them, even the first couple of days, it would be great. Same on the amulet, health, resistances, and damage over time multiplier, and the minus mana cost helm. The minus mana cost craft would be amazing. For the new ascendancies, like early on, I might go with Warden. Like out of the Magi, definitely while leveling. Maybe I will just get the movement speed or even resistances if I don't have any good resistance gear. Like after we kill Kitava Act 5. So definitely out of the Magi is a good thing to start with. And then we can get tinctures rolling, right? As you can see in the items part, I'm not using one of the flasks, because if we get a good tincture, we can add it, and then, you know, that should help a lot with flask sustain and flask effect. Also, if at any time we get some good charms, it's easy. It's a no-brainer. In the end, I think the primalist over here will be a better choice. So if you're gonna get some interesting charms, just switch over. This is not like that much of a best in slot that is mandatory. You know, all this part is not mandatory. You can at any time switch over to primalist if you have some good charms that you think it will help your build. Now to upgrade from here, we can at any time, if we check let's say items part, even though this item set is meant for the pathfinder, you can see that there is a new bow that you can get, which will increase your damage a lot. This is the crafted bow, the crafted hunter bow, pretty good. It's easy to craft by yourself, you just need the base. This quiver is amazing. This might be over 10 divines at the beginning, but yeah, we will need something like this. Then an amulet, damage over time multi, +1 chaos, +1 all skills, all of that is really good. This is a really expensive amulet, but we will eventually want something like this if we want, of course, to add a lot more damage to our build. Rings with resistances, maybe you can find a ring with curse on hit, that works too. Just make sure you always have the non-channeling craft on them, like all the time. You need them to be able to reduce the mana cost and fit in more auras, right? Well, this is more of a Pathfinder style of belt. Well, we have flash charges, gain, flask effect duration, life, armor, and so on. As you can see, all the flasks are the Pathfinder flasks over here. So yeah, for another thing we can increase our damage with by quite a lot, and even while we are Raider, are of course the clusters, the cluster jewels. And I have a tree over here with 2 cluster jewels for you. And I'm gonna try to focus on getting these clusters early too, because they don't really need a big investment, and yeah, they should be pretty good early on. Now, these clusters are, of course, the pathfinder ones, and they have the flash charges gained, but that helps us as raider too. So if you want to get the different ones, feel free to do so. But I do like these, so that's pretty nice. Another thing, we have this transcendent spirit jewel. This gives us like 20% movement speed or something. So it's pretty good because we want to be fast. For 1 jewel socket over here, you can always change it if you want more damage. If you think you need more to be more tanky, you can change this. This only gives us movement speed. So okay, and of course on the skill side, in the end game we're gonna want Toxic Rain level 2120. We want Awakened Gems. We're gonna want Empower level 4. Whenever we're gonna have the new bow, we will want Empower to put it up, at least level 3 to put in it. So that is that. This is the 3 aura setup where we're gonna need a bit of Enlighten. Enlighten level 3 is enough. And yeah, having Grace, Determination, Malevolence will help a bit with tankiness, so that's gonna be great. Yeah, this is it. Can't wait. Initially, I was hoping to start with Righteous Fire, but after they, gave us the news of how they reworked Righteous Fire, and we waited until like today to hope to get a Righteous Fire, to get the old Righteous Fire back. Yeah, I'm not gonna start Righteous Fire. I think the Raider is gonna be a lot better start for what I wanna do, and that is to heist. So that is why I had to do some last minute changes and start as a Raider. In the end, I wanna wish you guys to have a great league start. Feel free to jump over by stream on twitch.tv/leaguestarter. I'll be streaming my whole journey. Feel free to jump over so we can have a chat. Maybe you're heisting like me. We can show off what we got, we can share our ideas. We can improve. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for being here. It does mean a lot. Keep walking, Exiles. The next league awaits you.